Yeah, good morning, everyone. So, yesterday you tried those bootstrap components. We learned about buttons, huh? Right? Buttons and badges. So, in bootstrap components, three important components we learned. So, bootstrap components, we learned how to use alerts and how to use buttons and how to use badge. These three things we learned. Next, in bootstrap components, we have cards. Already we learned designing of cards, but we done everything manually. So with CSS, we done everything manually. Here, ready-made are there. So what we have here, actually here for cards, we have classes called card. We have card header, card body, card footer, card title. We have card subtitle. We have like card link and card image top and card image bottom and card image overlay. These are the options for cards. For designing of cards, these are the options we have. These are all classes. So we created a lot of card designs. Those all card designs actually manually designed. Now it is very, very easy. Let's see how. For example, let's create one bootstrap. I will name it as cards.html. In that, I will keep this. All bootstrap options are same. I will put here products. Okay. And for products, we have to design some cards. See, now we will put a div. In this, we will add another div. This is having a class called card. So in that card, we will put an image. Image source is public images. In images, I will give some image as we already have some a1.jpg. Now for this, we will put a class called card image top because this image is at the top. Now I will keep some height of image, height as 120, 130 pixels. Okay. After that, we will have three sections, div. And you can see this card actually display like this. The card is displayed like this. That is the card header. Below this, we will put a div class card header. Card header. So, and in this heading, some cleaning accessories like this. That is the card header. Card width your wish, right? I will keep a style. So style, we will keep width. Suppose 120 pixel. Then it will be in this way. Suppose 200 pixel. Then it will be in this way. That is a card. And automatically card have a header. I will give one thing here. Heading style. Some 4 I am giving. Little lesser 5. This is actually original size is this one. Huh? That is the original size. 250. Suppose that the card width. Fine. Now card header. I want that is the header. After that, we will, for this, what we will do is we will put a class called card title. Under that, suppose we have some paragraph. Here I am giving, suppose car, bike cleaning, like this. For this, we will put a class called card subtitle. Card title, card subtitle. Now you can see here we have the details in this way. So here width is not enough. That is the reason it shows. Okay, this will be fine. 300 is the width. Okay. This is the image and the type. This is card header. I want center. Then we can put text center. Text center will keep that center. After that card header, we will create a div. For this, we will put a class called card body. In the body, you can write something. That means data list, some data term. So here it is a name. So data definition, suppose cleaning liquid, something like this, right? Liquid, right? And here we have data terms, some price and data definitions for some 50, something like this. Then generally what we do, div. So we will put a class. What is it? Card footer. These are all ready-made sections. Earlier we have to write these by our own. Card header, what style, card footer, what style. These are ready-made classes, just apply. In the card footer, we will put a button now. Class BTN and BTN, suppose primary, and say add to cart. And here I am giving a span, class BI, what the cart 3 or 4, it will display like this. I want it full screen. Then for button, we will give W100, means width 100. That is the card. Now we can add cards like this. If you want multiple cards, then what you have to do? So here we can give another anchor href. Actually hash, this is more. And for that, what we can do is class card link. That means it will have a just link appearance. It will be uniformness. Now we put here. Similarly, 1-2 cards we are keeping here. This is one card, copy. I will copy the card and I will put another card. So we will use another image, some a2.jpg. We will have another card. You can see. Now, very important is all these cards I want side by side. You know already. here for the container class, what is it? Dflex. Every card will have some padding P2, margin M2. Dflex will come side by side. Right? We can define the content in this way. Right? And we can have other options like margin 2, padding 2. We are just defining that like this, it will come. Now I want, so here I can use like, what is it? Flex wrap, right? If there are many, then automatically that comes to the next line. Automatically it comes to next line. Depending on width and height, how you can display. Like these cards, earlier we have to design with a lot of complexity. Now it is simple. Just we have to apply class names. Card, card header, card body, card footer. Image your wish. It's not mandatory that image must be top. You can keep image anywhere you want. Right? You can keep image anywhere you want, because for every card I will give here padding 2. Then it will keep proper. All will be same. For every card I will give margin 2. This card also we will give margin 2. Then it will be some space. Image your wish. You can keep anywhere. For example, suppose I will take another card. In this padding 2, margin 2, I will remove the image from here. And you see there is no image for third card. I can keep the image anywhere I want. Suppose I want here image in the footer. Above the footer I will put an image. Then better card image what? Bottom. Then it will be better to fit there. You can keep anywhere you want. In the body section you can keep. In the footer or in the header section you can keep. Overlay you cannot give. Card image overlay means what will happen is, overlay means it will float on the card. That means text will be behind. If you are using some transparent pictures, then you can try that. Otherwise, you better keep card. See, don't think that top means it will go to top automatically. It will not go to top. You see here, corner curved and bottom is plain. If you put card image bottom, then bottom will be curved and top will be plain. Understood? It looks like mixing with top, mixing with bottom, like that it will adjust. For that you need that appearance. So we have to use card image what? Bottom. Now you can see it looks like it is rotated now. That means where you are keeping, based on that it will display that effect. Anywhere you can add the cards. Already we can design like this without Bootstrap. We done it so many times. Only Bootstrap, what it will do is it will make it fast for us. Just apply the classes. We designed so many cards na. So where we created in our general public folder, we have which one? Cards. Already cards is here. You can see we created all these cards by ourselves. These are cards. Already we designed these in our own way. But now we can make it very, very simple. How to make it simple? Just by using the classes, right? Without these classes also we can design. This is generally card related options. We'll make a note. I will copy this here. This is the example for cards. That is the example for cards. So in the Bootstrap components, we have another important, that is cards, right? Next, after understanding cards, Another option we have, very regularly used option, we have collapse, cards and collapse. Collapse is nothing but actually it is used to show or hide any content dynamically. To show or hide any content dynamically, we have to use collapse. Actually, it simply depends on a class called, it will have only one class called dot collapse. It will have simply collapse. Additionally, you can use show. You can use, we have an option called collapse, means it will hide. Show means it will display. We can use fade. Fade is used for displaying with some animation. You can put little animation using fade. And collapse uses jQuery also. jQuery we use data BS target. So we have data BS toggle. These two are very much required actually. Data BS target, data BS toggle. Previously we used data BS dismiss. Dismiss is for which button? Close. Target and toggle, these are very much used. How? Let's see. So let's take another bootstrap. So say collapse. This collapse is used in so many locations in different ways. We will see that. But basically how it works, I will show you. This is our general bootstrap. I will put a heading, product details. And here we will put a button. So toggle preview, or I will put here, yeah. Toggle preview. Preview. This is what I am giving. Now below this, I will keep a data list. Data term is some name and data definition is price. So definition is some name, some winter jacket, something. Okay. And data term is some price, and we defined some price, data definition. Okay. Now actually toggle details I will give. This is a button we are having. So toggle details. Right. Now I will keep this class as button and button primary. Okay, that is the button. And here we will put some image, preview, and image. Anything you can keep, a paragraph or some content. So public images and some jacket, some width and height. Okay. Now I will keep this in this way. Now you see here, I want this button to show and hide the details. On button click, we need to show and hide the details. So simply what we will do is, for this data list, which have every content, for that we will put an ID. ID as details. Details is ID. Now this details will use a class called collapse. It will use a class called collapse. Okay. So once you define collapse and the ID is details, you see it is not showing. Collapse is hidden. Now I am giving here as a show. Then it will display. Collapse is showing. Okay. When I click the button, this collapse should toggle, show and hide. That means button have to use click. For click, we have to use data BS toggle. Data BS toggle. Toggle means when button is clicked, which component should work, which component should toggle. Which component should toggle? Collapse. Component name is what? Collapse. This should toggle. Okay. But in a page, there can be so many collapses. In a page, we can have collapse in so many places. Which collapse should toggle? Which collapse should toggle? We use data BS target. Target indicates which collapse. Details. That is an ID. Na? IDs are accessed with hash. Hash what? Details. That means now what happens when I click on this, it will hide. Again, click, it will display. That means it is showing and hiding the content. That's very simple. Just we have to use an ID and data BS toggle and target. We can add here, I'm adding fade. One more effect I am giving, fade. Now I click here. You see it fades. It will not slide. Previously it was sliding. Now it will come back again. That means fading is just disappear and appear. So if I give fade, it will hide and it will show. If I don't use fade, see, if I don't use fade, it will slide up. It will slide down. That will up and down. Fade means disappear and display. You can add any effect you want. You can put fade, right? You can keep that slide. This is generally very much used. Later, so many places we need them. While working with drop downs, while working with nav bars, we have to use a lot of collapse. For that, you need to know these options. So, collapse, that means it is to hide any container. Show, to display any container. Any container. Fade, to define fading effect. Fading effect. So data BS target, it refers to ID of component. Data BS toggle, it refers to the component. Which component? That is toggle. Same name components means a component can be several times. In that, which component you have to tell. That you can define by using data BS toggle. This is collapse. Let's put here collapse. I will copy that and I will paste it here. This is example for collapse. This is example for collapse. Right. So in the Bootstrap, you have collapse. Next, important. While working with collapse and these, actually, we have a concept called accordion. We have a concept called accordion. Mostly while working with collapse, this type of concept will be very important. Accordion means, accordion is, for example, let's take Netflix. In Netflix, this FAQs, this is accordion. Frequently asked questions, that is accordion. Why it is accordion? Observe here. I click on Netflix. Then what is Netflix? First question will open, right? That is open. Again click, it will hide. What do you think? It is collapse, na? It is collapse. By using collapse only, they designed it. It is showing and hiding on the button click. But it is having a different behavior. See, the first one, question open. When I click second one, Second one also should expand and collapse, but it is not like that. It will collapse the first one and second one will open. That means only one will be expanding, others will be collapsed. That is called accordion. We call this as accordion. That means I click this next one, the previous one will collapse. This type of design is accordion. But Netflix is not using Bootstrap. So Netflix is using, actually Netflix is completely designed in React.js. Netflix is designed in a technology called React.js. And React.js is having a separate UI library. Just like Bootstrap, I told you in the list MUI. React.js uses a separate library. It uses Bootstrap as well as separate library. That library is called MUI, Material UI, MUI. Actually, MUI, yeah. This is React library. Same like Bootstrap only. This is also same like Bootstrap. It is also having lot of components. You see, all these components are there. Buttons, we designed button, but our button doesn't look like this. Little different. In these people are using these alerts, text fields, all these. Actually, this is basically, you see, this is alert types different. We used alerts in our Bootstrap also, but it is looking different little bit. Actually, you see, this is used by these people. See, Spotify, Amazon, NASA, Netflix, all these people are using Material UI. That means they are using Bootstrap as well as additionally this Material UI. But this is not for you. This is for the people who know libraries, who are learning React like technologies. For them, this. For general JavaScript, HTML, you can't try this. For that, you need to learn React and all. So for JavaScript based and general jQuery JavaScript based, you can try with Bootstrap. These you can't try also. Why? Because they are all designed in React for React. Similarly, Angular technology have their own. Angular have their own library. React have their own library. They use these libraries. They are same like Bootstrap, but different. And very important, they also provide some free and some premium paid. Pricing means some you can use for free, some you have to pay money and use it. Right? So how this accordion works now, let's see. We'll do one thing here. So first question is, what is Netflix? Huh? Right. See now here, we will create another one. I will add a new one. Accordion.html. Accordion is nothing but actually it is a combination of containers with collapse and show behavior. Containers with collapse and show behavior. But what is different is, so accordion uses mutex mechanism. Already I told you mutex, na? Mutex means what? Mutual exclusion. While learning about radio buttons, I told you. Mutex, radios exhibit mutex mechanism. Mutex means what? One selected, another one will be deselected. Right? Any one will be selected out of all of them. That is called mutex, mutual exclusion. So collapse works with mutual exclusion here. We have so many. Accordion. So accordion. Accordion is a class. These are the classes. Class. We have accordion, accordion header. So we have accordion button, body, accordion footer, and we have accordion item. So we have accordion button, right? Yeah. We can't select both buttons. Who is this fellow? How on the earth you can select two buttons at a time? Think little bit. Who is this man? Is there any chance that you can select two buttons at a time? You are a robot. How you will click two buttons at a time? Is there any chance? Selecting two buttons at a time. Is there any chance? Who is this? Rakshita. Then both button at a time, one button only at a time. That is what we are learning now. Keep patience little bit. You will learn everything. Don't get excited. Too much excited. If you keep patience, you will learn everything. Right. So how to merge text box and button? Already we learned. Who is this? Soumya. Already we learned in input group. You remembered? We learned input group now while learning forms. We already learned it. How to create button and text box combined. We designed an input group. Who is this asking that? Then what is your question again then? Your question is again same concept. Already we learned it, right? So how to merge and all. Right. So these are accordion, accordion header, accordion body, accordion footer, accordion item, accordion button. Now we have some important jQuery attributes. jQuery attributes. What are jQuery attributes? jQuery attributes we have. Of course, we have, sorry, one more is there. What is it? Accordion collapse is there. Because we need to show and hide. For show and hide, we need an accordion collapse. You have to use accordion collapse. You have to use collapse. Collapse is a combination. Already we learned. We have to use show. We can also use what? Fade. These three are others, right? jQuery attributes, you have to use database target. You have to use database toggle. And what else you can use? Database. We have one more option. Parent. Database parent. This is one additional thing you have to use. Database parent. What is that? Let's see how database parent works. Right. Now in this, let's put an accordion here. Yeah. I will copy the same. Yeah. In this now, same type of heading I will give. Just heading. Netflix FAQs, or say frequently asked questions. Okay. In this, we will create a container. This container will have all those questions and answers. Then we will mark this as accordion. And a page can have a lot of accordions. Then we will use Lot of accordions will be there. Then we will use an ID. ID is what? FAQ. Okay. That is the ID for that accordion. In this accordion, we are creating div. Here we have to configure. So class. The class is, we have accordion item. So we have to create an accordion item. Generally, we have an accordion item. That means every question is considered as an item. Okay, in this accordion item, so we will have accordion item will have a first we will have a button. Every item will have a button. I will keep a button. What is the first question? What is Netflix? That is the first question. So what is Netflix? That is the question. So that is, this button is an, I just given as ordinary button as of now. Now in this button is considered as class. What button it is? Accordion button. It is an accordion button. Okay. Under that accordion button, I need to display some content. That content should open and close. That should open and close. In that case, we have to design it in. We have to design it in accordion collapse. It is accordion's collapse. Accordion collapse. By default, I want it in collapse. Then we will put a collapse. Understood? By default, I want it as collapse. Okay. Now, what is the ID for this? What is the ID for this? ID I will give as Q1. Q1 is question 1. In this, we will put a div. This will put a class as accordion. Accordion body. We can use accordion body. And above accordion body, this button should be in accordion header. Okay, I will keep a div. The button should be in class what? Accordion header. Accordion header. We will use accordion header. So first header, after the header, then comes the body. In the body, what we will do? We will put some paragraph. In the body, we will keep some paragraph and copy this. Okay, this is done. This is 1 or 2 paragraphs here. So this is some paragraph information defined. Okay. This is first one. That is the first question. Okay. Now, actually, when I run this, it will look like this. It will look like this. That is what is Netflix. Now, this is accordion button. On this button click, it should open. Right? So what we have to do? So button have an option. What is it? Data BS toggle. Toggle what? Collapse. Okay. Data BS target. Target is what? Hash Q1. Question 1. Right. That means it should open it. Again, I click, it should hide it. That means it is opening and closing that option. Okay. Similarly, we have to add questions. Right. See what I am doing. I will put another accordion item. One more item. This is only first item. I will design one more. In the accordion, we have to design another class. What is it? Accordion. Accordion what? Item. In accordion item, we will have a div. Every item will have a header. Accordion header. In the header, we will have a button. What is the second question they have? How much does Netflix cost? Okay. So how much does Netflix cost? Okay, like this. And what is the button class? Button class as what? accordion button. Okay. Under the header, we need a accordion collapse, right? We will put a class called accordion. Accordion what? Collapse. Accordion collapse. In that we will put a div. In that we will put class. What is it? Accordion body. In the accordion body, we will put a paragraph. We will put a paragraph in that accordion body. Now, what should happen here? This accordion collapse also should use what? Collapse. Collapse. And it should use an ID. Na? ID is what? Q2. Question 2. On button click. Data BS toggle. There is no order. You can write target, toggle, anything first. Toggle is what? Collapse. And data BS target. Target is what? Hash Q2. But this is not satisfying. See, here 2 are there. I click the first one, it expands. I click the second one, that also expands. But this, when it expands, the previous one must close. Previous must close. So these 2 must be binded to one thread. We learned mutex now. In mutex, all are selected. If any one to be selected, then all must be having a common name. Common name. Here, actually, if you want this here, you see, this is collapse. This is collapse. This collapse, question 2 collapse, should work for data BS parent. It should work for main accordion. What is the main accordion ID? Hash FAQ. FAQ is ID of the parent. Parent is this one. Am I right? It should work for FAQ. What about second collapse? Data BS parent. This also should work for hash what? FAQ. That means both parent is only 1. Both collapse parent is 1. Then Netflix and cost only one will be working. I click the first one, second one will collapse. I click the second one, first one will collapse. This is, otherwise both will be independent. We have to use one target. Actually, what happened here, later you will learn about customization also, I will tell you. There I can change these symbols. What Netflix people are doing, they are using plus and close symbol. Here automatically up greater than, down greater than symbol is coming. That also we can change. Where to change that? In the Bootstrap library, we have to customize. For that customizations, we need to learn Sass. Already we learned Sass. We need to learn jQuery. Then you can customize them. Because jQuery logics you need to add in order to do some additional modifications, because they are completely designed in jQuery. Without jQuery, we cannot. So after learning some scripts and jQuery, you will be able to customize the functionalities and the logic behind it. As of now, we will just use what they given to us. Later, after learning JavaScript, jQuery, you can do some more editing into that. Colors, buttons, everything we can change. That is not an issue. Suppose I don't want button like this. See what we do. For this button, I am using accordion button. Instead of accordion button, I can just use an ordinary button. That means here I will use BTN. BTN I will give as dark and W100. Then it looks like this. Right? So I can just give my own button styles. I can give, it's our wish. Instead of accordion button, we can use BTN and BTN dark and W100. Then you can see. Now I click on this, the content will open. Again I click, anyone will open. So buttons, your wish. You can design any type of buttons, right? We can change the icons, symbols, everything. You can customize them. By default, accordion button will come. If you want, you can change. And sometimes what happens is, whenever page opens, you see there is a first question. First question is having collapse. Here I am using show. For first question, I am using show. By default, it will open up. By default, if you want any question to open up and display, because generally sometimes when you are showing tutorials and all should not be in collapse state. By default, one topic should open. Another topic, when you select, the previous one will hide, right? Whenever page opens, by default, one will be ready. If you want, you can hide it when you select it, right? So that you can do by using show. See, I'm using fade like effect here. You can see the fade effect. It will display in a fading style. First one only fade effect coming. Second one is not fading. It is sliding. You can see sliding. This is fading. You can apply any kind of effects that is fading, disappear and appear like. Adding effects, your wish, right? You can configure. This is generally accordion option, how we can use accordion. In this, very important is parent. If you miss the data BS parent for collapse, then every collapse will be independent. All will open, all will collapse. They will not use any mutex. You have to define that data BS parent, right? This is example for accordion. This is another example for accordion. So this is accordion. So we have three options. What is it? So we have cards, we have collapse, and we have an accordion. Later, we will create and use these in different examples of JavaScript. Remember, when you start JavaScript, then you will see every example is using this bootstrap, dynamically controlling them, designing. For every practical, we have to handle this, right? You need to practice well all these options. Next, important, we have carousels. Carousel. Carousels is another very popular component you see in websites. Carousel actually, so it is used for sliding and fading banners on page. Sliding and fading banners on page. For that we use carousel. So carousels, so many levels are there. We will see various levels how to handle. So how to work with the carousels and use them, right? Actually, carousel, it is used for sliding and fading banners in the page. And already I showed you, suppose, so we have Amazon. So Amazon, Flipkart, actually this is carousel. That is carousel. The sliding banners we are having, that is actually carousel. These are carousels. Now, if you want such sliding banners to design, fading banners to design, then see, so I will do one thing. We will snipe, okay? And we'll take a new one. Let me capture this part. Up to this. Okay. Let's save this. And this is our project folder, D drive, E drive, E drive, shopping, public, images. Okay, in that I will give as already there. I think there are already slides. Slide 2. Okay, I have 3 slides. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Some slides are there. Okay. Now close. Let's design a carousel here now. I will copy and add a new one. In Bootstrap, we will use carousel.html. And in this, let's add heading. Yeah. If you want to add carousels, for that we need important classes. Means here so many levels are there. One by one we will see. Means so many levels are there for designing carousel. First we need carousel. Carousel is one. We need carousel inner. We need carousel item. These are the basic things first. 3 basic classes are required. These are basic classes. The basic classes are carousel, carousel inner, carousel item. Yeah. So here carousels, carousel inner, carousel item, and you have a class called active. Active is one important class. You can define this. Yeah. And we have carousel style called carousel fade. You can use carousel fade. You can put carousel fade. These are basic classes. Carousel, carousel inner, and carousel items. Next important, actually, we have jQuery, basic jQuery attribute. We have data BS ride. We have data BS ride. That is the default one. Data BS ride. So data BS ride is actually, this is to start animation. To start animation, we have to use data BS ride for that. Let's see how to create that carousel, carousel inner, carousel item. So here, first we will put a container div class called carousel. Put a class carousel. Okay. In this carousel, we will put an ID as banner. Okay. In this, first we need to create class as carousel inner. We have to define carousel inner. Inside carousel inner, we need carousel items. We need to create a class. What is the class we have? Carousel item. Carousel item. And in every item, I have an image. Remember, you can put anything. Image, text, pictures, graphics, anything, paragraph. It's not like it should be only image. You can keep anything. We will put others also. Carousel image source / public images slide 1.png. I will give W100. So class as dblock. Dblock is, it will display in one line. Anything will not come beside, below. That means one below another, right? Yeah. Block means it will not allow any text. If you keep, it will not allow beside it. Block means it will come below any paragraph. Another is, I will give W100 with 100%. Okay, that is first item. Okay, we have second item. And this is slide 2.png. We have third item and slide 3.png. 3 slides are there. Now I will run this and see here. You can see empty. Nothing is there because you have to tell which item should be active first. 3 slides out of 3, which one should be active? So I will keep the first one as active. The first one as active. It comes there. You can start with any slide. first one active or third one active or second one. Any one can be active. But it is not sliding. Means animation not started. To start the animation, what you have to do? To start the animation, we have to put an option for carousel. We have to use an option. What is it? Data BS ride. Data BS ride. It should ride what? It should ride carousel. Carousel. It should ride carousel. That means data BS ride carousel. That means it will start the carousel. Carousel means it have to change the slides. That means it is changing the slide here. One by one, the slides are coming here. That is the first slide, the second slide, third slide, like this. We have to use data BS, right? That means this first slide, the second slide, and the third slide. So it is changing those slides and displaying them. Here we can add effects in any way. So that means, for example, so I am giving data BS ride. Data BS ride for carousel inner I am giving. Carousel inner data BS ride I am giving. So you see here, you see this is displaying for those inner items. You can write at any level, inner or outer. That is the second slide and the third slide. It can display like this. This is a basic one, right? So there are so many other options. We will do a lot of things we have to implement into this, right? So basically carousel is defined with, so we have carousel and we have carousel IDs, and you see carousel inner. In the carousel inner, we need to put a carousel item. Carousel item. Inside carousel inner, we have to keep all these items. Animation will not start. Animation will not start until you define data BS, right? Data BS, right? Right? If you don't do the data BS right, and it will not start the animation. It will not start the animation. It will just be there. It will not start animation. Actually, I already told you, you should be very careful when you are trying some examples from online websites. Because if version changes, we are currently using Bootstrap 5. If any website, because majority websites all use Bootstrap 4, then so many changes in these attributes. Currently, we are writing data BS target, data BS right. But generally, websites, what they do, they will show you data ride, data slide, right? So that is old version, not new version. If you have any doubt, you have to go to this website. Where is it? Getbootstrap.com. Visit this website. In this website, you go to documents. There is documents category. In the documents category, you scroll down, you will see components will be there. What is the component? Carousel. In the carousel component, they will give you the latest. See, latest version is 5.2. If your company is using old version, select that version here. That means you have to choose that older version here. When you select the version, according to the version, what are the attribute changes, it will show you. Don't take help of other websites. Come here and check it, because this is the official website. And your companies may be using old attributes. That means they are using old Bootstrap. How to know which Bootstrap version they are using? Here you will get all the information, means how to design the slides. It will give that information. Understood? It will give that information. But the point is, how do we know which version they are using? How do we know? You see here attributes are there. What attributes? I told you in the same way, na? Carousel inner, carousel item, active, right? And what is the option they are using here? Data BS what? Ride. data BS, right? They are using data BS, right? But if I select the old version, that means very old version. So in this, you can see components. In the components, carousel will be there. Carousel will be there. And scroll down, you can see data ride will be there. Not BS. Data BS ride is latest. Data is that is the reason sometimes people get confused because they are following both. That means you are following my class, you are following some other website, then you are confused. Right? Why? Because versions changes, attributes will change. Attributes, not only attributes, their functionality, behavior little bit change. Now latest version of Bootstrap 5 have lot of new things, several new additional designs also. That is the reason you should be very careful. Okay, now here how to set up? We need to put an option. What is it? Yeah, data BS what? Ride what? Carousel. And for this carousel, we can put effects. You can have fade effect. If it is not fade effect, you can put as slide. We have slide effect, fade effect. Fade means it will disappear and appear. So you saw that fade I given for collapse. Slide means it will slide. That means it will display like this. It will change like this. Otherwise, what happened? You have seen if I don't give slide or fade, that means one disappears, another will come. There will be gap between slide and slide. If you don't want, then you can define like this. Automatically they are changing. This is basic carousel. Now in this carousel, we can change the timings. We can add timings according to our requirements. We can put controls, next button, previous button. We can create indicators. So many is there. Suppose this is the default timing. Suppose I want, this is first slide. This is second slide. And the bicycle is the second one. Third one is watch. Suppose I want bicycle only 1 second. That means second ad should not display more time. First ad must be more time. Second ad less. Third ad more time. You can set timing for everyone. How do we set timing? First, I will copy this. This is the first example. Understood? After that, so another important, you can set timing for every slide. Timing for every slide by using attribute called data BS interval. You can use data BS interval. Data BS interval is used for setting the timings. Interval, how many milliseconds? You have to tell milliseconds. That means you see, I will go to item, first item, data BS interval. Data BS interval. Here I will set interval as 3000 milliseconds. 3000 milliseconds means 3 seconds. 3 seconds. 1000 milliseconds, 1 second. Second item, data BS interval, I will keep as 1000 milliseconds. That means it is only 1 second. And fourth one, data BS interval, I will keep as 4000 milliseconds, 4 seconds. You observe now, this is the first slide. After that, 3 seconds, second slide will be very fast. First slide is waiting 3 seconds. After that, second is very fast. Third one will wait 4 seconds. Then again, the next one will come. For every slide, we can set timing. We can select timing. For that, we have to use data BS interval. Where to set that BS interval? We have to set in the carousel item. Understood? Syntax I will give. Again, complete program I will give. This is the program with timing. Understood? that is with timing. We can add, so you can add controls. You can add controls into carousel. What is advantage of controls? Controls, so that you can navigate. You can navigate to previous and next. You can navigate to previous and next. Previous and next. Only previous and next. We have carousel controls. For carousel controls, the way how people design again changes. That means it depends on your wish, your requirement. That means I am showing you in one style, and sometimes in your company they may be using another, but concept will be same. That means actually previous button, next button, we need to design two buttons. Generally in old versions, people use list items, unordered list or ordered list. In that li, one li for previous, another li for next. But they used to use links by using link click previous, link click next. But now in the latest versions, people what they do is, so inside the carousel, this is the carousel. So inside the carousel, what we are doing here, we are creating a container div. In that I am giving one button. So I am giving another button. So actually these buttons actually carousel. These are carousel buttons. For them, they have a class, carousel control previous, carousel control next. And they have carousel control previous icons, carousel control next icons. That means you see, you can apply a class here. What is it? Carousel control, control. This is what? Previous, huh? Yeah. Spelling. Any spelling mistake? Yeah. Carousel. So control, we can use prev. This is for previous. And what about second one? Carousel control what? Next. Now this button should have previous icon. It should have an icon. Previous means greater than, less than symbols. We will put a span. For that, what is the class? We can give carousel control. What is it? Previous icon. And for this, we have to give a span. What is it? Carousel control. What is it? Next icon. We have carousel controls here. Previous icon, next icon. So what are the classes used here? Carousel control previous and carousel control. What is it? Previous icon. Okay. Carousel control next, and we have carousel control next icon. These are the buttons. Once you add these buttons, you can see in the design, those buttons are available. You see buttons are there, but very light, because our images are dominating. That is the reason what they have done is, recently they have given a theme. What you can do is, for carousel, you can apply a class called carousel dark. You can apply carousel dark. Carousel dark, if you apply, then buttons will be cleanly visible now. You can see buttons are clearly visible. What is the previous button? Next button, not there. Carousel spelling, yeah. Carousel control next. You can see previous and next buttons are cleanly visible now. That means you have a previous button here. Am I right? This is the previous button and this is the next. So because sometimes pictures will dominate, then what you do is, so you put another class. What is it? Carousel what? Dark. Dark is if images are light. If images are light, you have to keep it as dark. So then that is very important, sir. Images are bright, you can change it. Okay. Now buttons are not working. You can see. So currently for all of them, I will give same timing. So all will be 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Okay. Now you can see now here, these buttons are not working currently. I'm clicking on them, but it is not working. We want to make them work. Then what we have to do is here, we have to use on this button click. What is it? Data BS. Data BS, we have slide. Data BS slide. Slide what? Slide to what? Previous. Slide to previous. Here what we have to do, data BS slide. Slide what? Next. Okay, now very important. This is enough. See, I click on next. It is not working. Why? Because button requires toggle. Button requires toggle. Okay, data BS slide. Previous. Previous for which one? Previous for which one? Carousel, na? That means what is the target here? Data BS. Data BS what? Target. Target is for which carousel? For which carousel? What is the carousel ID? Is carousel having an ID? Carousel ID is what? Banner. That means it is target. Target hash. What is it? Banner. Similarly, here also, what we have to use? Data BS target. Target hash what? Banner. That means it is going to display. It is going to display here. And I click on previous, it will work previous. I click on next, it will work for next. You don't need to wait for the timing. You can click and you can choose. We can go to the previous and we can go to the next. Right? For that we have to use data BS target and toggle. This is another example with controls. Right here, one attribute is important. What is that attribute? What is that attribute here? Data BS slide. Data BS slide. Data BS slide and obviously data BS target. Slide can be what? It can be previous or it can be next. Now these are actually controls. These are controls, but not enough. But because suppose sometimes in websites don't think that we use only for these banners. Generally what they do, they give a photo gallery. That means height you can increase, entire page you can put, slideshow, like slideshow. 20-30 images will be there. In 20-30 images, you cannot go next and previous. What you can do is, I want to go to directly fifth one. I want to go to directly second one. But these buttons are only for previous and next. They are only for previous and next. In that case, what we will do is we can use indicators. Carousel have indicators. Carousel indicators, what is the advantage of indicator is indicator allows you to navigate to any location you want, directly to any slide you want. That means what you have to do. So carousel can have indicators. Carousel can have indicators which allow to navigate to any slide. For that, again, what you have to do, let's go to the div, another div. I am giving div. In this div, I am applying a class, and the class is actually carousel. Carousel have spelling, yeah. Carousel have indicators. indicators. In this indicators, how many indicators, how many images you kept, how many slides you kept, those many. That means button 1, this is button 2, and this is button 3. 3 indicators, 3 buttons. Empty, those buttons are empty. Now you can see in the page those 3 buttons will be there. These are indicators. These are indicators. But what should they have to do? We have to write the functionality for them. What is the functionality? Data, BS, slide 2, 0. 0 is first one. Right? Similarly, so what is the target? Data, BS, target. Target is what? Banner. Second one, data, BS, slide 2. Slide 2. Slide 2 what? 1. Data, BS, target. Target is again banner. Same. So data, BS, yes sir. Data, BS, slide 2. Slide 2 what? 2. And what is it? Data, BS, target. Data, BS, target. Hash what? Banner. These are the options. That is the option. You see now indicators are there. What is the purpose of indicators? You click on them, it will take to that location. Why it is not working? Some problem. One indicator must be active also. We missed that. Huh? That means what we have to do? We have to put a class. Class is what? Active. That means one should be active. Now you can slide to anyone directly. I can go to first, I can go to third. I click on first, directly first, third. I click on second. These are called indicators. We can set indicators. How many buttons are there? Previous and next also working, timing also working, and these indicators also working. So that is how we define indicators. Indicators requires only one additional option. What one is? Carousel indicators. That is the class, and we need an attribute called data BS slide 2, and we have to give the index. Index starts with what? 0. So we have data BS what? Target. Target is same. This is example with indicators. I will copy that. This is the example for indicators. So carousel have several levels. Carousel is having so many levels. What are the levels? So first, plain carousel. So we can put a plain carousel. So without buttons, indicators. Sometimes there will be no buttons and indicators. They will just keep on changing. You can put buttons, navigation. You can put indicators. You can put timing. Which timing you want, you can set. As I told you, you can keep any text inside. Suppose you see the second item is not a slide. Here I can just put a heading. So suppose Amazon special offers, something like this. And you can see a heading will come. Of course, when you keep a heading, you know alignments and all. Na? That means I am keeping this heading, then height, width, center alignment, everything you should be very careful in that. That means what we do, we put in a div. So heading, what we do, class D what? Flex, we will keep justify content, center, align items, center, and here we will put a height. So style, height is suppose 200 pixels, depending on how much that text is there. You can display like this. Yet you can put anything there. You can keep anything there. That means now suppose in the container, I have a button. So class BTN and BTN some primary, and I say sign in, right? Or say register. Just I given this option, register, or say get started. Yeah. And here I am giving W100 right? And it will display like this. The second one will come like this. Oh, this is in both should be in one div. Because we are using flex now, then it will be in this way, right? We can keep that, right? You can have anything inside it, right? So it is not like only you need to keep an image. So that means with the text, some banner. These all you have to try, right? Now we have several more options, navigation bars, toolbars, how to design them. That will take 2-3 more sessions. Then we can go into JavaScript now. After the bootstrap, now we will go into JavaScript. In 2-3 sessions, we can finish this. Then we will go into JavaScript. Okay. Now, again, our session will be from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days holidays. We don't have session for Dasara, right? And all classes will be off. And again, our next session will be on Thursday, right? From Monday to Thursday, right? Thursday, our session will be there. Okay. Again, we will meet on Thursday, right? Yes.